Jim Reeves. The inspiring rise, tragic fall, and lasting legacy of country music's gentle giant. Jim Reeves, often referred to as the gentle giant of country music, remains an enduring icon whose smooth, baritone voice touched the hearts of millions across the world. Known for blending traditional country music with pop influences, his songs were timeless, resonating deeply with listeners and leaving behind an indelible mark on the music world. Though his career was tragically cut short by a fatal plane crash, his legacy continues to inspire musicians and fans alike. The story of Jim Reeves is not just one of stardom but one of perseverance, love, and an unbreakable commitment to his craft. Jim Reeves' life and career is a story of triumph, heartache, and a lasting legacy that continues to resonate with millions. His unique blend of country and pop music, combined with his smooth, emotional voice, made him one of the most beloved and influential figures in country music history. But it's not just his music that has endured, it's his journey from humble beginnings to international fame, his tragic and untimely death, and the powerful impact he left on the music world that still inspires today. The early life of Jim Reeves' humble beginnings. Jim Reeves was born on August 20, 1923, in the small town of Galloway, Texas. Growing up in rural East Texas, Jim's family had little in terms of material wealth but was rich in love and encouragement. His father, a farmer, was a big influence on his early life, and it was through his father that Jim first developed an appreciation for music. Although not coming from a family of professional musicians, Jim's love for music blossomed early. He learned to play piano and guitar, and his musical talent became evident as he performed in local church choirs and school events. Despite his natural talent, Jim faced significant obstacles in his pursuit of music. In his early adulthood, he worked various jobs to support himself, including as a radio announcer, while trying to carve out a career in music. In his late teens and early 20s, he recorded a few tracks, but none of them garnered significant attention. His early career was marked by frustration and rejection, a period that would test his perseverance. However, despite these challenges, Jim refused to give up on his dream. Jim Reeves' story begins in the small town of Galloway, Texas, where he was born on August 20, 1923. Growing up on a farm, Jim and his family did not have much, but they were rich in love and support. From a young age, Jim showed an interest in music, and his family encouraged him. He learned to play both the piano and guitar and spent many hours practicing and developing his craft. Music was not just a hobby, it was a part of Jim's identity. Even though he was raised in a small, rural town, Jim dreamed big. He knew that his musical talent could take him beyond the boundaries of his small town, even if the road to success would be anything but easy. After finishing high school, Jim pursued a variety of odd jobs to make ends meet, from working as a truck driver to being a radio announcer. While he was trying to build a career in music, he faced a constant stream of rejection. His early music attempts, while sincere, didn't generate much attention. However, his perseverance never wavered. Jim's early struggles were hard, but they fueled his determination to make a name for himself. The breakthrough A star is born, a smooth baritone voice and new sound. Jim's persistence paid off when he moved to Nashville, Tennessee, in the early 1950s. He was ready to take his career to the next level, and after signing with RCA Victor in 1955, things began to change for him. His deep baritone voice and ability to bring raw emotion to every song were traits that set him apart from the other country music artists of the time. Jim's smooth crooning style began to blend the best of country and pop, attracting a broad audience. His first real breakthrough came with the release of Mexican Joe in 1953, a hit that was successful in the country charts. However, it was in 1959 with He'll Have to Go that Jim truly rose to stardom. The song was a massive success, becoming one of his signature tracks and breaking out of country into the mainstream pop market. This was a major milestone in his career, as it marked his ability to cross over to other genres, expanding his reach to listeners who may not have traditionally listened to country music. With his smooth, mellow voice and ability to convey emotion, his sound was fresh, and it appealed to listeners of all ages. His success was not confined to the United States, his music had a global impact. His songs were particularly popular in Europe and Africa, where he gained a loyal following. His ability to connect with audiences from different cultures was a testament to the universal appeal of his music. His career started to take off in the early 1950s when he signed with the small Texas-based record label, Abbott Records. It wasn't until his move to the larger, more prominent label, RCA Victor, in 1955 that his big break came. His voice, smooth yet rich with emotion, was a unique combination of the traditional country sound and the smooth pop crooning that was gaining popularity at the time. This fusion of styles would become Jim's hallmark and distinguish him from other artists in the country genre. His first big hit was Mexican Joe in 1953, which reached number 1 on the country charts. However, his true rise to fame came in 1959 with the release of He'll Have to Go, a song that showcased Jim's remarkable vocal range and ability to capture raw emotion. The song became a massive hit, reaching the top of the country charts and even crossing over into the pop charts. With his crooner style and heartfelt delivery, Jim Reeves had effectively bridged the gap between country and pop music, creating a sound that appealed to a wider, more diverse audience. This success was not a fluke but a product of his dedication to his craft. He was known for his meticulous work ethic, always striving to perfect every note and every performance. He recorded more than 50 albums over the course of his career, each one revealing a new layer of his talent and musical range. Songs like Four Walls, Am I Losing You, and I Love You solidified his place as one of the premier vocalists in the country music scene. The personal side: a gentle and humble man. Jim Reeves' voice might have been one of the most powerful in country music, but his character was what truly set him apart. Known for his humility, kindness, and strong sense of integrity, Jim earned the title and quote, gentle giant and quote, both on and off the stage. While many of his contemporaries reveled in the excesses of fame, Jim remained a man of modest means who preferred the simple pleasures of life. He was deeply devoted to his wife, Mary, and their life together was one of mutual respect and affection. Jim's humility extended to his music as well. He was always focused on creating songs that could touch people's hearts, rather than chasing fame or fortune. He also had a strong spiritual side and was known to support charitable causes and take part in religious activities. This quiet dedication to his faith added an extra layer of respect and admiration from those who knew him. Jim was not just a voice but a man of substance, whose actions were just as gentle and caring as his music. Personal life: a gentle giant with a kind heart. While Jim's voice was powerful and filled with emotion, it was his character that truly endeared him to those who knew him. He was a kind and humble man, always treating others with respect and consideration. Despite his fame, he never let it affect his down-to-earth nature. Jim was known for his quiet demeanor and for being genuinely interested in the well-being of others, whether they were fellow musicians, fans, or those working behind the scenes. Jim's personal life, too, was one of stability and love. He married Mary White in 1957, and the couple had a close, loving relationship. While Jim's career was demanding, he made sure to balance it with time for his family. His devotion to his wife and his family was clear in the way he spoke about them, always valuing their support over the accolades of fame. Jim was also a deeply spiritual person, with his faith playing a significant role in his life. He was known to support several charitable causes, using his fame to make a difference in the lives of others. The tragic fall: a life cut short. In 1964, at the peak of his career, tragedy struck. On July 31, Jim Reeves was piloting a small aircraft from Nashville, Tennessee, when the plane went down in a storm. Jim, along with his fellow passenger, was killed instantly. The news of his death shocked the world, as it seemed Jim had so much more to give. At just 40 years old, his life and career were tragically cut short, leaving fans and fellow musicians heartbroken. Jim's untimely death was a reminder of the fragility of life, and it left many wondering what might have been had he lived longer. His death was particularly painful because it was so sudden, leaving no chance for fans to say goodbye or for him to complete the projects he had worked so hard on. Yet, even in death, Jim's legacy endured. His music continued to live on through the countless radio stations, albums, and performances that kept his spirit alive. In the summer of 1964, Jim was at the height of his career. His music had never been more successful, and he was adored by fans worldwide. Yet, on the fateful day of July 31st, tragedy struck. Jim, an experienced pilot, was flying his small private plane from Nashville to the nearby city of Benton, Arkansas, when the plane crashed in a storm. The crash took Jim and his life at the age of 40, cutting short a career that had so much potential. Jim's untimely death shocked the world and left a void in the music industry that would never truly be filled. Jim's passing was a devastating blow, particularly because of his young age. The country music world lost one of its brightest stars, and his fans around the globe were left mourning the loss of an artist whose voice had become a constant companion in their lives. His death was not only a personal tragedy but a loss to the world of music, a world that had been profoundly impacted by his contributions. The lasting legacy: the gentle giant lives on. Despite his early death, Jim Reeves' legacy is one that endures. His music, with its emotional depth and universal appeal, continues to influence generations of artists across various genres. The gentle, soothing quality of his voice has inspired countless country stars, including George Strait, Vince Gill, and Alan Jackson, all of whom have credited Jim with shaping the sound of modern country music. What made Jim Reeves truly special was his ability to reach people on a deeply emotional level. His music transcended borders and languages, and his voice became a constant companion to those in search of solace, love, and connection. Even after his death, new albums of his unreleased recordings and live performances continued to be released, allowing newer generations of fans to experience his magic. His songs, particularly "He'll Have to Go," "For Walls," and "I Love You," remain classics that still resonate today. The sound he pioneered, gentle, emotionally driven country music with crossover appeal, has influenced not just country but pop, gospel, and even contemporary singer-songwriters. Jim's voice, in all its sweetness and tenderness, is timeless. The legacy: an enduring influence. Despite his early death, Jim's legacy endures to this day. His influence on country music is undeniable, and his impact continues to be felt in the music of modern-day artists. Jim's distinctive sound, his smooth, warm baritone voice set the standard for vocal performance in country music. His unique blend of country, pop, and gospel has inspired generations of singers and songwriters. Artists like George Strait, Alan Jackson, and Vince Gill have all credited Jim with shaping the way they approach country music. Jim's ability to deliver lyrics with emotional depth and sincerity created a standard for future musicians to follow. His influence stretched beyond country music, and his music reached into the hearts of listeners from all walks of life. Perhaps one of Jim's most enduring qualities was his ability to connect with people on a deeply emotional level. His songs were never just melodies, they were messages that spoke directly to the human experience. Whether he was singing about love, heartbreak, or loneliness, Jim's voice conveyed the pain and joy that everyone could relate to. Songs like "I Love You" and "For Walls" still evoke powerful emotions in listeners, reminding them of the beauty of Jim's voice and the lasting impact of his artistry. Even today, his music is played regularly on country radio, and his albums continue to sell. His records have been re-released numerous times, introducing his timeless music to new generations of fans. His voice remains as powerful as ever, a reminder of the gentle giant whose music brought comfort to millions. Story is a testament to the power of music to touch lives, to inspire, and to heal. His rise to fame was not easy, but his hard work, dedication, and passion for his craft made him one of the greatest artists in country music history. His tragic death left a hole in the hearts of those who loved him, but his music continues to live on, offering a message of hope, love, and resilience. Jim's story is one of perseverance, and his life reminds us that no matter the obstacles, the pursuit of our dreams is worth it. His legacy is not just found in his songs but in the hearts of those who continue to be moved by his music. As long as his songs are played, Jim Reeves will never truly be gone. His voice will continue to inspire, comfort, and touch the lives of millions, just as it did during his life. The gentle giant of country music may have left us too soon, but his legacy will never fade. Inspiration for generations. Jim Reeves' story is a testament to the power of perseverance, talent, and humility. From his humble beginnings in Texas to becoming one of the most beloved figures in country music, Jim's journey was one of resilience. His success was not handed to him, it was earned through years of hard work and unwavering dedication to his craft. His tragic death was a blow to the music world, but it also ensured that his legacy would remain untarnished, a beacon for aspiring artists and music lovers alike. Jim Reeves remains a symbol of the enduring power of music to transcend time, place, and circumstance. His life and career are reminders that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, art can live on, shaping the hearts and minds of future generations. In the end, Jim Reeves' legacy lives on not only in the music he left behind but in the stories of those whose lives were touched by his art. His story is one of inspiration, a man who rose from humble beginnings, faced the trials of life with grace and perseverance, and left a mark on the world that will never fade. The gentle giant of country music will always have a place in the hearts of those who believe in the power of music to change the world.